Great. So let's talk about the Nigerian
much.
market. Tino for the market here. Let's talk to Femi Ogundimu from FMDQ Exchange Place. He's a fixed income dealer at Access Bank. We showed you when we started the show. The markets finished off a bit strong on Friday, despite the mature treasuries and all of that during the trading week. Friday, on the open market operations, that's about 116 billion naira via the FMDQ Securities Exchange, and the yield curve around 13%. At the NTB window, rates are still in the new territory, single digit. You're not getting anything double. Now we're looking at about 7%. It all came down from 18, 15, 16%. Now we're in the single 33. That was also good. 7.7 billion naira in total. On Friday, again, equities went soft. Then the fixed income went a little bit hard. When you look at the Nigerian bond, we call it like the Naira bond, that's not of 20 billion, about 25 billion Naira also on Friday. So that's where the market is kicking off today. And I'm looking at what's the liquidity level we're dealing with as we start the new trading week. Let's talk to Femi Ogundimu at this point. Good morning.
How are you doing?
Great. You guys had a big rally to the end of last week. What is driving that? Liquidity or what sentiment?
Well, yes. The past week has been kind of was really active, especially on the bond market space, right? On the treasury bills, we saw it's kind of divided into two markets now: the OMO market and the NTB side of it. So for the OMO market, we somewhat sell down that axis, but it was just mild. But for the NTB, we saw demand. Like you mentioned earlier, rates are at the single digit level. It's actually like about 6.5, 7.5 thereabout. Then on the bond market space, I mean, we've seen that local investors are now trying to replace their investment strategy to take position in the bond market space. So we've seen demand for the short tenured maturities, the 2021, 2022, 2025. So lots of demand throughout the week. So as at Friday, we saw the for 2021 maturity, with the short-term maturity close about 10.18 thereabout.
Okay, so give me a bit of an outlook for the current week as we get closer to the festive season and those mature treasuries that the regulator is paying back to investors.
Okay, so for this week, we expect there'll be 45 million on offer for the NTB, while we have about over 500 billion maturing for the OMO auction. What we expect for this week, naturally we'll see demand for the NTB that's coming up, and because the volume is actually small, we see it's been oversubscribed even at and we foresee that yields will trend lower than it was at the previous auction, which was 8.73%. For the OMO auction, demand from the last week was kind of was unsubscribed to properly. We saw about 450 billion on offer. We saw about 189 billion being sold. So we feel that might also play out in this market, as a lot of investors do not have access to this market anymore, except the banks and the foreign portfolio investors. So for the bond market, we expect the buy sentiment to continue. We see yield dropping further in the course of this week, as it's been the only alternative in the treasury bills that players are really looking into.
Femi Ogundimu, thank you so much for teeing off today's trading day and the market week for us at the fixed income space. Thank you so much, fixed income dealer at Access Bank.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day. And we thank our viewers here in Nigeria and around the world. We'll see you again tomorrow, Tuesday, the 10th of December. I am Bosun Omofaye. Goodbye from Lagos.